We have a very special guest today. Meet Pima. That's what I've called my cold sore. Pima is an acronym for pain in my ass. Please don't pay Pima any mind. Okay, she's very, very shy, and we're just gonna get on with this video. Hi, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. If you are new here, hi, I'm Rhoda. I have a huge Sephora haul to take you through today, and I'm really excited to try all these products today. I don't have any new concealer or eyebrow products or eyeshadow products, so I do have that already done. For my brows, I used the new Benefit Mighty Fine pen. I have been loving this so much, and I also touch up a little bit with my Dior Show Brow Styler in dark brown. For color corrector, I have been continuing to use this new Kosas one. I use Illusion is the shade that I use. It's the only one I've been reaching for. Of course, I'm testing it out throughout the month because it is pretty brand new, but I don't see myself putting this down anytime soon. And for concealer, I pulled out my HAUS Labs Triclone concealer. It's the only concealer that they have. This is shade 13. I am going through my entire concealer collection, using them for like a week or two, and then moving on to the next, just so I can reacquaint myself with them and really get use out of all the concealer that I have. So HAUS Labs is on the roster now. I powdered my under eyes with the Kosas Cloud Set pressed powder. I love this powder. It's so beautiful and so easy because it's pressed. It's not loose. It's not messy. And I've been reaching for it a lot recently. So that's what I powdered just under my eyes with. I am going to set this aside just in case I want to powder my face later on. So I'll leave it right over here. And I conditioned my lips with the La Mer The Lip Balm. This is very expensive, but the best I have ever tried. If you need a treatment for your lips, if your lips are dry, if they're cracked, this is a miracle. It really is. I don't feature it a lot on my channel because it's stupidly expensive. I think it's like $110, but this will last me over a year, easily. And so I don't mind paying that for something that I can use for that long of a time and really works. And for eyes, I whipped out the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural palette, and I just used, these are like one and done shadows, but I combined them. I used this shade right here, this pinkier shade all over the lid. Then I went into this shade, this champagne-y type of shade, and I put it in my inner corner, a little bit underneath here. And then I lined very lightly with the darkest shade in this palette. I love this palette. I still do continue to use it. I reach for it a lot. I just don't show it on my channel because it's not new anymore. I do have a full review of this up if you were interested. I put it up last year. I can't remember when this came out. Was it April-ish? Somewhere around there. Anyway, that's what I used on my eyes today. And finally, I lined my lower waterline and kind of reinforced that darker shade that I used as a liner with a Victoria Beckham in the shade Cocoa. Okay, so that is already what I have on my face, and we're going to move on and talk about all this brand new makeup that I have sitting right here next to me, and I am so excited to try all of this on, even with Pima here. I picked up a new fragrance. It is Golden Rule by PHLUR, and I got the travel size because I never invest in a full size if I'm not sure if I'm going to like a fragrance. So let's take this out of the box. I did spray this yesterday and I wasn't quite sure. My husband loved it, but I was like, I don't know. So while I try on all this makeup, I am going to spritz this and let it mellow. Just let it hang around for a little bit and see what I think of it by the end of the video. I love the bottle, this golden case. It's beautiful. I don't know if this might be a little bit too like sweet, maybe for me, a little heavier than I like, as you know, or may not know. Okay, I'll let you know now. I suck at describing fragrance. Okay, I really do. I couldn't tell you notes and intros and outros. I'm really bad at it, but I did want to just try this today and see what happens. Maybe I'll get inspired and get all of the fragrance lingo just up here in my head. Okay, it's heavy. It's heavy. It is a bold fragrance. Okay, and It's giving me a little bit of a headache right now, like instantly. Last week, I reviewed the new ABH foundation, this right here. I love this bottle, and I got the wrong shade. I got shade 3N, and I did like the foundation, and I was so curious to see if 2N would work for me. So I did pick up 2N, so I'm going to be trying out this foundation again and hope that 2N works for me, but we shall see. Before I apply the new shade of the foundation, I am going to prime my skin with the MAC Studio Radiance. It is a moisturizing primer, and I really love it. I don't feel very dry, and I don't have dry patches, but I feel like my skin is wanting a little bit more moisture. And I'm going in with a matte foundation. It's not too matte though, and it's not drying either. I really felt my instinct was to add a moisturizing primer today. When I used shade 3N in my review last week, I used the Pat McGrath primer, and that worked really well. But today I felt like something a little bit more moisturizing even than the Pat McGrath, and that is this MAC Studio Radiance Primer. So while this settles, I feel like my eyes are a little bit naked, and that's because I don't have mascara on, and I do have a new mascara to try. Even though I fell in love with the new Gucci mascara, I was really curious to try the new one from HAUS. This guy right here, and it is called something about an architecture something. No, it's Be Structural. I was close. I'm going to curl my lashes first, and then we'll take a look at this new mascara. Just grab my Refer lash curler. I love this lash curler. Oh, I saw BK Beauty came out with a new eyelash curler. But you know what? Maybe if I ever place another order with them, I might pick that up. But it's not something I'm rushing to go buy because I'm really happy with my Refer. Works really well. All right, let's take a look at this mascara here. I do love the silver packaging. Packaging means something to me. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If the product sucks, then who cares if it looks nice? But I do appreciate a nice packaging. So here is the wand that we are working with. Quite a traditional looking wand, but it does have a little dip there in the middle. So almost kind of hourglass shaped, but not really hourglass shaped, just a little bit of a dip in there. No primer. I'm not using any eyelash primer, which I typically will, but when I try a new mascara, I do not. It's not too wet of a formula, which I love because it's not messy. And this is the first time I'm using it. My package was delivered last night, so I haven't had a chance to try any of this stuff. We're trying it on together for the first time today. Some people really dislike this, and some people really love this. I think it's going to depend on what you want for your lashes. This is a volumizing and curling mascara. It's not a dramatic mascara. Mind you, this is only one coat here. And it is giving me some volume. It's giving me some little bit of length, kind of a little bit of a curl. The Gucci one knocked my socks off, right? This one isn't knocking my socks off, but I actually kind of like it. And really my first initial thoughts would be this would be more of like an everyday mascara, but we'll see. The day is young. So 2 coats, I've done both eyes, upper and lower, and so far I like it. Let's give the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Foundation another go. I have swatched on my hand 3N and 2N, the new one that I picked up, just so that you can see the difference. So a much lighter shade, a much more suitable shade for me. I do have a feeling this is going to work for me. Oh yeah, this is the shade. This is definitely the shade. I did mention I do have a review of this, a full review and wear test up on my channel. Put it up last week. The shade really threw me off. It was making me notice things that maybe I wouldn't notice if the shade was right. But I liked the foundation enough that I really wanted to try it out in a shade that works for me. And so far, so good. Really great coverage off the bat, just like last time. And it looks nice, it looks smooth, and has already set down. I don't think I'm going to need to powder. I know I don't need to powder. I didn't have to powder in my review video, and I don't have to powder now. So if we're shade twins, in that video I told you do not pick up 3N. But if you were interested in this foundation and we are shade twins, 2N is working out perfectly. I use so many much lighter, very buildable to medium foundations, not typically a full coverage foundation person, but you know what? When I am looking for a full coverage look that doesn't look heavy or cakey, this is a very, very good option. 3N might actually be okay for me in the summertime when I have my tan on, right? So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to 3N. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, yay. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I tried 2N. It's really, really good. It's perfect, actually. Let's check in on this perfume. I don't know yet. I don't know. Charlotte Tilbury released new shades in her Contour Wands. I, once upon a time, did own one of these. Don't know where it is. I think I gave it to one of my daughter's friends who really, really wanted it. But anyway, I hadn't been reaching for it a lot. I did for a small amount of time and then I completely forgot about it. So when I saw new shades, I thought, okay, you know what? Let me give this another shot because it's not like I disliked the product. I can't remember why I just stopped using it. Anyway, I picked up the shade Fair because I do not like too dark of a contour. I know you're like, you picked up Fair? Yeah, I picked up Fair and let's see what happens. We have to twist to unlock this. And of course we have the spongy tip, which I dislike very, very much. So what I do with these types of products is I completely remove this sponge. And then there's just this little tip that you can squeeze the product out with. Since this is brand new, I'm going to leave it on and use it for the first time, and then I will remove it. Definitely remove it. But if you like a product, but you don't like this spongy tip applicator, you can very, very easily just cut it and then remove it and you're good to go. So I am going to, let's squeeze a little bit out of this and see. Oh, there she is. There she is. I am not going to go directly to my face. I'm going to put this on my hand. Let's take a look at the shade. Well, Fair looks like it will be perfect for me. I'm going to grab my Patrick Ta dual-ended brush and use this side of it to apply this contour. And I'm just gonna spread it across the brush. And let's see how this shade is on me. I already know the formula is great. And that's not in question. It's more of a shade. The one that I had prior, I think it was the medium deep. I can't remember. And maybe that's why I didn't reach for it too much because it was too dark for me maybe. But look at this. Look at this subtle, because contour is supposed to be subtle, right? It's supposed to just create a little bit of a shadow. And this one is not too cool. It's not too warm. It's perfect. Look at that. I love this. I love that she extended the shade range on those. That was a smooth move. You can deepen up the shade if you build it up. I'm going to continue to play with this and see what it kind of looks like on its own. I would leave it like this today, but I have a bronzer to test out with you and we're going to put it on top of this contour shade. I did pick up the Lancome bronzer and I picked up the shade 02 Light. Again, I know light, yes, light, because I don't like my bronzer and my contour to be too dark. So I went with my gut, regardless if the shade works for me or not. When I tell you that this bronzer feels like velvet, like velvet. Here is that shade. It looks a little warm on my hand. I wonder what it'll look like on the cheeks. Thank goodness we're testing it out and we're about to find out. So I'm going to grab the other end of my dual-ended Patrick Ta brush. I'm going to dip in here and let's add a little warmth to our face. This is a beautiful bronzer. Okay, it's matte. There's no luminosity to it. There's no glitter. There's no shimmer. It is a beautiful, velvety, soft, buttery, matte bronzer. And I love this shade Light. OMGzers. Okay, well, you know, I have had so much luck this year. I know we're only 3 weeks into January, but you know what? It has been a really great makeup month. It did look a little bit too warm on the swatch, but it's not. It's a very neutral, Beautiful, beautiful bronzer. Get my nose too. And the contour was a liquid, right? And this went on top of it, no problem. I don't look muddy. It played really, really well with that liquid product. So I do love the Merit Flush Bombs. I do. And they released some new shades. I just really, really couldn't resist. This one is Bespoke, and this one is Le Bonbon. Le Bonbon. Here are the shades swatched. On top is Bespoke, which kind of scares me a little bit. It looks very, very brown, very, very dark, but they're so sheer and beautiful that it might actually work out. And then below that is Le Bonbon. I'm so excited to try this. I'm going to grab a Sephora 47 brush and I'm going to try Bespoke first. These are so foolproof. They really are. I'm scared though. Is this too dark for me? Is it? No. No. No, it isn't. Oh, I love this. Would you think that this would work? And I know with these, having experience with these, that you can put them directly to the face, over powder, under powder, all that stuff. They're so forgiving, so beautiful. I love them. But for today, I just wanted to use a brush. Let's get this guy on this cheek. This is an IT Cosmetics 03 brush meant specifically for cream and liquid blushes. So I'm going to dip into that. Let's see what Le Bonbon can do. Is that a Ricky Martin song? What was it? What was it? Shake your bonbon, shake it. Yeah. I once interviewed Ricky Martin. Did you know this? No, you didn't. So I used to co-host a local television show in Toronto, and the entertainment guy knew my obsession with Ricky Martin, okay? And he was supposed to go to this press tour thing. He's like, you want to go for me? Because I know you really like Ricky and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes, yeah, sure. I'm dropping everything. I was single. I didn't have any kids. Wasn't married. No boyfriend. Nothing. So no other obligations except to go to this press room and get to ask Ricky Martin a question. Back to the blush. Back to the blush for just 1 second. This is a bright pink, right? This is a very, very bright pink. I love a bright pink cheek moment sometimes from time to time. This one here is it's got a slight mauviness, like a brown to it. Almost like a bronzer. I really can't wait to try this on its own with no bronzer and see what that looks like. But even on top of bronzer, everything, it kind of works. It's got a hint of color to it. I'm gonna love this for like everyday natural, very natural looks. And when I feel like a pink, this Bonbon, the Le Bonbon, Shake the Bonbon one, I love them both. I really do. Anyway, back to Ricky Martin. I did get up there, I did ask him a question, and that was it. He didn't propose on the spot, which I was expecting, okay? But he didn't do that. Anyway, it was a really, really great experience, and I will never forget it. Never. Fragrance. Fragrance. It's settling down a little bit. It's settling down. It's not as, like, in your face as it was when I first applied it. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. My rating system for fragrances. It's all right. WestmanAtelier added a new shade to their lit up highlight sticks. They added it in the shade Petal, which is a very, very beautiful shade. I do have the shade Petal in their cream blush. I love it very, very much. And when I saw they came out with this highlighting stick in that same shade, I was all over it, all over it. I do own one called Perla, which I'm not loving, okay? And the last time I used it, I don't know if it's too old. I think it kind of lifted up my makeup, but the one I have is the clear one. It's like an iridescent balm. That one I love. It almost gives you like just a glossiness to the high points of your cheeks, but I really wanted to try this one that has a little bit of color. There's the color right there. Let me quickly swatch it. It looks a little deep to be a highlighter, but if you notice, it's not. It's not. I mean, if you shear this out, you will not get much color there, just a hint of it. So let's try it on and see what it looks like. I'm just going to use my fingers for this. This is typically how I will apply these. Can you even see this? I can, but I don't know if it's picking up on camera. So it's adding like a hint of that Petal shade, like it's a mauvey pink shade, but it's not overpowering, and it leaves like a beautiful soft shimmer behind. I wonder what it's going to look like on the Ricky Martin side. That works really well with the pink, and it's giving me a subtle glow. Is it earth-shattering? No, it's not earth-shattering, but if you like highlight and you like a little bit of color in your highlight, this is not overpowering. It just gives you a very, very subtle glow to the high points of your cheeks. It's there and it's not there kind of situation. I went a little nutso in the lip department. Okay, so I really have to figure out the order in which I'm going to show these to you. I'm going to start with a new shade addition to the Squeaky Clean Liquid Balm line. From WestmanAtelier. They released a new shade in Petal. So it seems like they're running with Petal, okay? That was the shade of the new highlighter in a line that already exists as well. I do have two other ones of these. I'll swatch them for you just in case you haven't seen them. I haven't talked about these on my channel because I had them way before I started posting videos on YouTube, and then we'll see what the difference is with this new shade. I'll try this on and then we'll move on to the other lip products. Okay, so right at the top here, we have the new shade in Petal. These are beautiful lip balms, by the way, quite pigmented, but sheer at the same time, hard to explain. This is an existing shade that I've had for a while in the shade Garconne. And right here with a hint of pink in it, it's pretty sheer, very kind of clear with a hint of pink in it, is the shade Chou. So those are the Squeaky Clean lip balms. I call them pipsqueaks. I don't know why. It's that's where my mind goes, pipsqueaks, but they're called the Squeaky Clean lip balm. So let's try this new shade Petal on. These are very, very, oh, ignore Pima, okay, please. She's kind of hidden away because I tried to put a little bit of foundation on there so it wasn't so like in your face. So these are very comfortable. They're very, very, very nice feeling on the lips. And for a balm, they have a really nice pigmentation to them, but they're sheer at the same time. I'm really loving this shade. It's a balm gloss type of product with the perfect amount of pigment just to give you what you want on your lips when you're looking for a lighter lip kind of day. And this shade Petal is so perfect. I know now why they're running with this shade. It is probably their most popular shade, I would say. Very, very comfortable on the lips. Is it long lasting? I do have to reapply this. I do. It's not the longest lasting lip product that I have that's, you know, balmy and liquidy. Nonetheless, a beautiful product. I love it, and I love this new shade in Petal that they have released. Glad to have it. I've removed the Squeaky Clean lip balm, and speaking of WestmanAtelier, they have a new shade in my favorite lipstick formula, my favorite matte lipstick formula, the Lip Suedes. Anybody want to take a guess on what the shade is? You think it might be Petal? Because you'd be right. Here is a swatch of Petal. Oh, I just want to eat it. I love it. I already know I love it. I already know I love it. I do have 3 other shades of this lipstick that I have talked about on my channel so much. They're always in my favorites. They're always in my favorites because they are my favorite matte lipstick. They glide on like butter, like nobody's business, okay? And I was so excited when I saw they released a new shade, of course, and in Petal, which I love. So let's get this on. I'm not wearing any lip liner today. Because I want you to see what this is like without any other color interfering with it. And also because I have a few others to try and that'll throw everything off too. So let's just get this on. It glides on itself. Okay, I've said this so many times. It is, and my lips are, you know, not in their best condition right now. That was like one glide, all done. Perfect. I love this shade. Isn't it so cute? Just brightens up my whole face, I think. This is like the perfect between a pink and a peach, bright but not bright. Do you see where I'm going with this? Oh, so nice. So nice. This is going to be perfect for summer. Even now, of course, you can wear whatever shade you want. It doesn't have to be a winter shade or a spring shade or a summer shade. But what I'm saying is because it's so bright and cheery, I would say, that's where my mind goes. But of course, we all know this This definitely staying with me and adding it to my WestmanAtelier Lip Suede collection. MAC recently released a nudes line in their Maximal lipsticks. They have matte shades and satin shades. I picked up one, just one, because a lot of them are very, very like concealer lip looking type colors that make me personally look not alive. And so I went with one with a little bit of color. It's called Yash. Let me swatch it for you. You know, concealer lip looks look really good on certain people. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. I actually really love it and wish I could pull it off, but it doesn't really work for me. So here is our color Yash. So nice. Okay, let me swatch it real quick. Here is that shade. Beautiful, beautiful shade. And did I mention this is in the matte formula, not the satin formula, which is fine. I would have preferred if this shade was available in the satin formula, to be honest with you, but it doesn't really matter. Let's just try it on. Okay. Well, this is like nude, but not nude. You have something on, but you don't have something on. I haven't used a MAC lipstick in quite some time. I used to be a MAC girl. I only had MAC lipsticks. I had MAC everything, everything. It is a Canadian brand, so very, very obviously easily accessible. I do believe it was in Canada only before it ventured out to the States, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was the thing. Like, if you didn't use MAC, who were you? Who were you? Matte formula, but wow, so comfortable. Very, very comfortable. This shade is everything. It's the perfect everyday nude color. Slap it on and off you go. Wow. You know what? So much luck. So much luck. So when it comes to like the nude department, the nude lips department, this is as nude as I'm going to go because, like I said, there is a little bit of color there, but still gives you that nude kind of look. I recently tried out the new YSL The Inks Blurring Matte Lip Stains, and I picked up the shade Nude Lavalier. I have been loving it, so I decided to pick up a few more shades in the line. I'm going to swatch them all out for you so you can see the differences. At the top here, we have the first one I picked up in Nude Lavalier. Below that is Beige Expression. How pretty is that one? Below Beige Expression, we have Pink Domination. I love these names. And finally, a little bit out of my comfort zone, but we'll see what it looks like on the lips, is Mauve Captivation. These are the shades that I have. I've already tried this on for you. I've been wearing it nonstop. I'm going to try these three on today. Oh, let's check in on the fragrance. You know what? It smells like a perfume, like any other perfume. There's nothing distinctive about it. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's the best I've done in describing a fragrance. It's just not distinctive enough. It's just it's a nice fragrance, but there's nothing that makes me go, I love that. And that's what I need in a fragrance. So that's that on that. We won't talk about it again. Because these are stains, and they do leave a stain behind, not an intense stain, but a light hint of a stain. I'm going to start with the lightest shade and work my way up. So we only have three to try. We only have three to try. So I'm going to start with the Beige Expression. Get this on. So this is like a nude, okay? Almost reminds me of Yash from MAC, since I just applied that. And these are matte. They are matte, but they are quite comfortable. And like I said, leave a little bit of a stain behind, nothing crazy. I really, really like this. Is it drowning me out a little bit? Perhaps a little. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to sit with it, but because I need to try on these other ones, I'm gonna take this off. I kind of like it though. I kind of like it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna have to keep trying these out. But let's move on to the other shades now. Let's try on Pink Domination now. Okay, this is a bright pink. Oh my. I really like the applicator of these because you can create your own lip line with them. And I have found I don't need to use lip liner with these at all. You can, of course, but I have found that I can skip that step when I've been using the Nude Lavalier shade that I've been testing out over the past couple of weeks. Okay, guys, well, all right, listen, it is not what I will typically wear, but a really pretty shade nonetheless, right? Really nice. It's got Pima hidden away. Really, really great. Because they're the same color. I think I like this one too. And I love that you can blur these. I think I mentioned that in my other video when I tried the Nude Lavalier, that you can just tap and then get that blurry. There's a French word for this. There is a French word for this look of the blurred lip line. Please somebody tell me. Please somebody tell me in the comments. I know one of you will know. You know, it's when you're not used to wearing bright, bright, bright colors that it's kind of shocking to you when you first put them on. But now I'm looking at it. It's so, so pretty. I love this one too. Okay, one more to go. One more lip product to show you, and then we'll be done. Got to get this off before it stains. I keep on yapping. Last one, Mauve Captivation. This one, I'm a little bit, I don't know, but we're going to find out together, okay? So, oh, that is dark. Cross my fingers. This is almost reminding me of that Bespoke shade in the Merit Flush Bombs. Like a brown mauve that is intimidating to me. But this is your reminder to maybe try things that you don't think might look good on you because you never know. Because this is the one I was most afraid of. This is the one I was most afraid of. And it's my favorite one. It's mauvey, but not too purple. It's got like a brown neutralness to it. Neutralness is not a word. I'm so sorry, but you know what I mean. A neutrality. There you go. Neutrality to it. Am I seeing things? Are my eyes deceiving me? Or is this the one you guys like the best? Because maybe it's because it's not what I typically will wear that for me is the best shade, because it's not like I don't like the other shades. It's just that normally I wouldn't go for something like this, and maybe that's why it's just standing out to me. It's like it's giving enough color to my lips, but it's not screaming at you, you know? Let's blur this out a little. This is the one I'm going to leave on because we're done. I think we're done. Ta-da! Oh my goshness, I didn't dislike anything I tried today. What is happening? A very successful haul, if I do say so myself. I didn't dislike one thing in this haul. Everything is beautiful and gorgeous. There may be some shades in the lipsticks that I'm not sure about this pink domination shade on me, even though it is quite beautiful. I'm gonna have to keep on trying all of these things out, but I could go through every product again and tell you why I like it, but I think I have done so throughout the whole video, so I won't waste your time doing that. Everything was lovely. Everything was so super, super good. I'm so happy right now. Anyway, that was really, really fun to do. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching as always. Everything I have used on my face today or talked about today will be listed in the description box along with shades, shade names, numbers, all of that. Again, thank you so, so much for watching. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and I will see you in the next one. Bye.